Hey everyone, I just got done reading X-Men #1, the newest relaunch from Marvel Comics. From the Ashes, A New Beginning. This is the very first title that we're getting out of, I think, 9 or 10 different titles, a bunch of different teams and solo titles that are launching from the ashes of the Krakoan era, which was a really long-lasting X-Men era. I think it went for about 5 years. We just had the Fall of X, and now finally we're ushering in this new era of X-Men, starting with this flagship title written by Jed MacKay with art by Ryan Stegman, ongoing, as well as Uncanny X-Men coming out next month. We've got Extraordinary X-Men, I think is the third flagship title as they've been marketing them and kind of advertising so far. But this is going to be non-spoiler, so I won't get into any major spoilers for the first issue. Maybe just give you guys a little bit of a synopsis and show some interior artwork. But right off the bat, I was expecting to like this, and I did. It's Jed MacKay. He's really good at team books. We know that from his work on Avengers recently. And I thought that transferred really well into X-Men. He's definitely a busy guy with a lot of experience at Marvel. And over the last few years, especially over the last year, I'd say, he's become kind of like the main Marvel writer, kind of the star writer, which we haven't really had someone like that since like Donny Cates, I want to say. And it's good to see Ryan Stegman drawing a series ongoing because it's been a really long time since he's had an ongoing series to draw, I guess. I mean, he's been doing some little short stories and different issues and, drawing backup stories, whatever it might be, for Marvel for a while, since Donny Cates hasn't really been working with him as much and off the radar and everything. But now he's back on this. I thought he did pretty good with this issue. Honestly, Ryan Stegman in general isn't like necessarily one of the artists that I really seek out. I thought he did really good on Venom, but beyond that, I'm not sure that he's necessarily one of the strongest in my personal opinion. But he does the job well enough in here. There were some really good like splash pages with some of the members of this new team posing and everything. One of the main strengths of this, I thought, though, was just the transition from the Krakoan era. I thought Jed MacKay did a really good job incorporating like Orchis and kind of like this new offshoot of it, of these Orchis agents that like believe in mutants and humans and AI all like transcending to some new form of being. So just not completely disregarding the Krakoan era in hopes of just completely relaunching and doing his own thing, but really working in those storylines and acknowledging what has actually happened since Krakoa was such a big deal. I thought that was really good. I liked the team dynamics a lot more than anything else, specifically. Magic and Juggernaut were really fun in here as kind of like the muscle of the team, them like jumping out of a ship, figuring out who's going to jump first and like Rochambeauing and stuff like that. Jed MacKay is good with like bringing back humor. Kind of reminds me of like the Brian Michael Bendis Avengers run, stuff like that. Because X-Men can get really heavy. A lot of the times it can get a little overburdened and take itself too seriously, which it does in here definitely to a certain extent. Like this scene where Magneto talks to like this townsperson in Alaska, where the X-Men have moved and now have like this new home base. So there's definitely some funny dynamics with Magneto and everything, taking himself really seriously, and different perspectives within the team and its members on how to treat mutant kind in terms of like where they are in the world and how they're kind of hated and feared again after the glory that they had on Krakoa, and now how they've had that taken away from them. And this is also just a good starter issue, I'd say, in general, to get a sense of what things are going to be like in terms of like the mutants being spread across the globe. There's a good letter in the back that you should read if you pick this up by Jed MacKay talking about where the mutants are at this point and kind of like their idea behind this relaunch, the From the Ashes and everything, and how different heroes have different views of how they should treat humankind and everything. Some of them want to reintegrate themselves into humanity. Some of them are just kind of on the outskirts, like this team. But I mean, I don't have much more to say than that. It's not like the most insane first issue ever. The main thing I kind of respect, though, is just that Jed MacKay chose to really involve this in like what had come before and acknowledge Krakoa and kind of ease us into a new era instead of like fully relaunching with some crazy new idea, which can also be fun sometimes. But from what we know, from what the other stuff that he's written, Jed MacKay is really good with acknowledging character history and stuff, and bringing in old storylines, not necessarily just full relaunching hard stop like letting viewers come in blind. I think it's definitely good for more long-lasting readers. So take that as what you will. For some people, that might be a good thing. For some people, that might be a bad thing. It definitely has a lot of elements of old X-Men comics over the last couple decades. So if you're really looking for something completely new, this might not be it. It has some signs of Krakoa still, but I just think that makes sense for longtime readers and for maintaining Marvel history in general. So I appreciated that personally. If I had to give it a score out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7 or 8, maybe 7.5. Definitely an enjoyable first issue, and it gave me hope for this new X-Men relaunch. Anything with Jed McKay's name on it, I'm going to be picking up. So I enjoyed it like I thought I would. Let me know what you guys thought of this issue if you've already read it, though, down in the comment section below. Hopefully my review helped you out on your decision whether or not to pick it up if you haven't already. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.